So welcome to Learning Your Love Language. This was all taken from Gary Chapman's book. So please, if you get the opportunity, run out there and grab it. It is a lot more in-depth than what I'm going to teach you here. So learning your love language. Now this criteria can be done as sort of like a waking hypnosis NLP sort of a session. And you can do this by just adding it onto a program or adding it into a program. Some of my anxiety depression clients, I'll actually take them through the whole program, and then about the 7th or 8th session where they're starting to enjoy themselves and getting rid of that anxiety and depression, I'll actually add an extra session in, which is called Learn Your Love Language, where I will teach them about themselves and then how to network with their partner or their future selves or something like that. There is a manual that comes with this course. Now the manual is for you to mirror. Please go nuts and mirror that all that you would like. And that's the manual that I actually give to the client. So I print off that and I take my client through the whole session. So I take them through that whole manual, okay? And that's what I'm going to do with you today. I won't be taking you through the love language questions. They're pretty self-explanatory. You just read the question and work out the letter at the end. I'll go more into that later on, but I'll actually take you through the whole criteria now of what it is that I take my clients through. Now, you might want to run this as a one afternoon course. I've done that here in Mount Gambier. I've actually sent out a few text messages saying, hey, I've got a love language course on. Would you like to join me? And it just took a couple of hours. I've done it in my room with clients one-on-one, and I've also had clients come in as couples and do it together. So this is a very versatile learning criteria, very simple to do and very, very adaptable. You can do this online as well. So if you want to run an online Learn Your Love Language criteria, then by all means go ahead and do that. So I did separate them when I did the online ones. I did a single edition and a couples edition because the questioning is different. The main criteria is basically the same, but the questioning is a bit different, and the solution session at the end is different as well. And I'll take you through more of that in just a moment. So let me just take you through basically what we're going to be learning, okay? So we're going to go through 5 sections. By the end of the learning sessions, you will know your love language and why you've made those past mistakes and why you've repeated them. So you'll go through all that. Inside the manual, you can tell your client all about how the love languages work and why they really need to learn them. I have actually mentioned love languages to a few of my clients when it comes to they're halfway through the criteria and they haven't said anything. And I say to them, look, would you like to learn your love language? I'm more than willing to add an extra session in. And then I've taught them how to learn the love languages of their family members, of their mum or their dad or something like that, so they can get along better with them. So this is a very, very versatile technique to actually learn. So by the end of this, you'll know your love language and you'll know why you've made past mistakes and things like that. And you can also teach your clients their love languages and why their past mistakes have been happening and why they have repeated them. So the first section is called oneself. It's all about the person in particular. It's all about as an individual. Now, when I have my clients going through the oneself section, even if both of the partners are in the room, I tell them to act as individuals, as if they were their own individual identity, and to remove the whole, well, I'd only do that because they want to do it. So this is all about the individual person, the one self. The second part is called two energies. It's about the masculine and the feminine energy that is within us. This is not about two people or anything like that. This is about the two energies that are in the one self. The third part is about the 3 dimensions. What are their perceptions of relationships and how is it that they actually want to move into the next relationship and what their expectations are? Because once we find out the oneself, the energies and the expectations of the relationships, that's when we can work on the 4th section, which is forgiveness. And yes, I understand FOUR, it's like a quirky little thing that I wrote in there. So forgiveness is not only about the individual forgiving themselves, but also going into the future of the relationships that they've got or the relationships of the future without taking that baggage with them from the past. There's many people that will drag in baggage from the past and they'll say something like, oh, well, my ex used to treat me like this. And they start to judge their partners subconsciously based on an ex that doesn't exist anymore rather than the current partner that they are with. So once you find out the one self, the two energies and the three dimensions, that's when you can start to work on the forgiveness part. And then it moves into the 5 love languages. With the 5 love languages, you and your client will learn your love language, and then you'll also go on to an extra part of the criteria which teaches them how to express the love languages appropriately to their partners or to their future partners. So there's what's known as a resolution session also included, so that you can teach your clients how to basically save their marriages or their relationships, or to prevent repeated past relationships from occurring. Okay, so those 5 sections, they're very easy to go through. So by all means, print off your manual. You can go through it with me, draw in it, scribble it, do whatever it is that you want to, and that's the manual that I actually give to my clients as well. So join me in the next session. I'm going to teach you all about the one self. This, like I said before, this is about the individual person, okay? And I'll see you in that video. Bye-bye.